out of breath myself.
Are we going to go deep in the
Can't take another step.
forest?
Let's take a break, Khondee. I'm exhausted.
Hey, there you go again, Dr.Aoi. You're always kidding around. This is not a jungle. It's the heart of the city.
Well, I just created the atmosphere for what we're going to talk about today.
I can't believe you did that.
Yes.
Anyway, let's say hello to our audience,
Okay.
okay? Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone.
I'm Khondee.
And I'm Dr.Aoi.
This is a program that will show you how lovely and wonderful these animals are.
Explore the world of animals.
With
Animal
Speak. So what are we going to do today, Dr.
Can you guess, Khondee?
Let me see. Going into
Yes.
the forest. We are crawling around on the ground
Right.
like this.
It's going to be super exciting.
It's gotta be
Okay. Today I will bring you to see snakes.
Ooh, snakes?
Yes, today we're at the Queen Saovabha Memorial Institute of the Thai Red Cross.
Snakes! I love snakes! I love snakes!
Hello, I'm Dr.Oat, veterinarian of the Queen Saovabha Memorial Institute of the Thai Red Cross. This institute was formerly named the Pasteur Institute, which is biologically purposed in producing vaccines and serums against snake venom and rabies. Moreover, we serve as a clinic for treating victims of venomous animal bites. And we are also famous for being the world's second largest farm too.
What do we call this one?
So many.
It's a radiated rat snake, or scientifically called copperhead rat snake. It's a non-venomous snake and important for the ecology, since it's good for catching rats underneath your house or in
It's
the
a
farm.
rat-eating snake, Khondee.
I'm curious about something.
Yes?
Can all snakes swim?
Yes, all kinds of snakes can swim, whether they are aquatic or terrestrial snakes.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
That's just about to... Look at its eyes. It's
Yeah.
really long. See that? Their eyes look cloudy.
Oh.
Do you know why their eyes look cloudy?
No, I don't. What about these ones?
Two species live here. This one over here is a big-eyed rat snake, and that banded rat snake.
I think I've seen rat snakes in a book. It said that their skins and heads are carved with large scales, right?
Exactly. They're quite large in comparisons.
And why do they stay together like this?
Naturally, they do not like to stay together like this. It's not about heat transfer either. I think this spot is just comfortable for them, so they all come here to rest, all together as just one.
Dr. Oat is taking us to see the outdoor pits, where a variety of snakes that are often found throughout Thailand are gathered for exhibition.
Oh, is this a python?
Yes, it's an articulate python.
Where is it?
Over here.
Two huge ones over there.
What do they eat?
They eat little mice when they are smaller than this, but they need more when they get larger, and hunting for bigger meals can be difficult, and they need to feel full for several days to make it worth it.
So one meal will have to make them full for several days. They don't eat every day, right?
Right.
Some species eat once a week,
Yep.
or maybe twice a week, depending on the size of the meal. But for human-fed snakes, they usually get fed once a week.
Or depending on the owner.
Oh yeah. Well, if we can also feed them with chicken thighs too.
Can they eat your thighs, doctor? And why do they lie in the water like that?
It can possibly be two reasons. Either they're thirsty, or they want to moisten their skin.
By the way, I've got something for you.
What is it?
Turn around and see.
Ew!
Do you know what this is?
It's a
It was
slough?
over there, but I bet you didn't see it.
Mm.
Yes, these are sloughs. I got them for you to see.
When were they picked up?
Yes, they were just slewed off just a couple days ago.
Wow.
So they're still in good condition.
Just yesterday.
So they're fresh.
Yes.
So, if they slew off their skins, they can't grow up. Just like when you're wearing a tight outfit,
Huh? Oh, I see. So,
Like, we have to throw away our old outfits when we get
So they slow
bigger.
off their skin when they need to grow bigger, right?
And how can we notice that they're about to slough?
I don't know.
Well, their skin will become dull, just like their eyes when it gets cloudy. Remember what I asked you earlier? That's because they're about to slough. And we should be careful touching them
I
when they're
see.
about to slough because they will be very, very stressed during that time. Like if someone touches me when I close my eyes, I'll be startled, right? And they can turn around and bite you. So you must be very careful on how you approach. We're now at a section of a building where you can learn about snake venom, which snakes are more or less poisonous, and how to differentiate them to know which ones have to be more carefully dealt with.
Their venoms, habitats, and dwelling lands, water, underground, or forest can be used to identify venomous and non-venomous snakes. Also, you can learn about their hunting times and their reproduction, whether they are egg layers or bear live young.
Oh, so you mean that they can either lay eggs or bear live
Yes,
young?
and also they can bear live young. Yeah, that's right. Do you know what kind of snakes can lay eggs and some can bear live young? This is Mr. Tanapong or George, our scientist who just showed us how to extract venoms.
I want to know, if a snake bites my mommy and then it wants to bite me too, does it still have venom left?
Of course it does. Actually, snake venom comes from its salivary glands, just like how humans produce saliva. Snake venom too can be produced all the time. Khondee, you can also notice that there's always saliva in your mouth because it's being produced all the time too. So if it bites me, then Dr.Oat, then lastly bites Khondee. Of course, we will all be affected by its venom.
And what do we do with the serum?
After collecting a full vial of serum from about 50 snakes, we will refrigerate it for it to cool down for a while, and then the serum will be sent to a horse farm. A small amount of serum will be injected into a horse, and the dose will be increased little by little until the horse can produce antibodies to the venom itself. So you see, that's a special quality of a horse. A horse is able to produce antibodies, and these antibodies will be used to cure humans of the poison. The blood of the horse will be used in component preparation while it contains water and whole blood. The water will be used as antivenom serum while the whole blood will be returned to the horse.
And why do snakes always stick their tongues out?
Can you guess why they always stick their tongues out, but humans don't? How many forks do snakes have?
2.
And how many do humans
1.
have? Wrong. We don't have any forks in our tongue. Snakes have forked tongues. They use their tongue for smelling. Flicking their tongues can help them collect chemicals from the air. And then they touch a couple sensory organs, which is located on the roof of their mouth, to taste the air. Which is located on the roof here.
Well, like when it flicks its tongue in and out, the tongue will touch the roof of its mouth, which looks like a nose right here. Its tongue will also touch this area as it closes its mouth. That's how it smells things in the air as it breathes. Khondee, did you know that snakes can lose their teeth again and again and it will grow back again and again?
Didn't know.
But it's different from your teeth, which includes baby teeth and permanent teeth, right? Snakes can keep on growing new teeth over and over again until it's the end of its lifespan. Are you curious what Dr.Oat once said about its poisonous front fangs and rear fangs? How are they
Toxic
different?
severity can be defined by the position of the fangs. Those front fang snakes have an up front toxic fang, or we can define it as a venomous snake.
Oh, a venomous snake.
Yes, they can cause other animals or even humans to die.
Like a true viper.
Yes, on the other hand, the rear fang snakes, their fangs are at the rear of the upper jaw, and their venom is usually weak, as in some species of Thailand. For example, such as the golden tree snake, gold ring cat snake, and the dog-toothed cat snake. Their venoms are usually caught fatal for humans. However, the frontal fang snakes are cobra, king cobra, bandit crit, and green pit vipers. As we've seen before, they are highly venomous and deadly. This is a sunbeam snake. In Thailand, it is said that if you get bitten by one, we will die as soon as the sun sets, or we are in the sunlight. But actually, they are non-venomous and quite tame. If you'd like to touch it, you're allowed to. Here, go ahead, touch it.
Wanna try?
Ew, it's so slippery.
Just touch it lightly. The sunbeam snake is named after its look. See, its scales become reflective, like a rainbow.
Wow.
Do you see rainbow colors?
The next snake can be grouped in the rear fang group, which has weak toxicity. It's called a hog-nosed snake.
Oh, looks like a pig's nose.
Correct. Now you know that venomous snakes are not always fierce, especially this one. They will play dead when they're disturbed. They will die if you get too much stress though, so we're not going to demonstrate that because we don't want our snake to die. When they play dead too much, they will die from shock. This next one is a venomous snake, and its bite can be very fatal, but it looks tame at the moment. It's a banded crate.
Wow.
They love daytime sleeping. They look slow and tame during the daytime, but will become active at night since they are nocturnal snakes because it's their hunting time. We should be careful when holding it. Don't hurt it because it will bite when it's afraid. So you have to touch it really carefully. Don't let them feel hurt or else they will bite you.
Many people may say they know a lot about snakes, but not all of it is true. For example, let's see. Khondee, Dr. Oat has prepared something to demonstrate to you. You see, most Thai people may believe that lime can drive away snakes, while a string made of banana tree fiber can weaken them. Do you think there's any truth in that?
I think...
You don't know.
Don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
I guess you're not so sure. Oh, wow. Firstly,
Ooh.
This is called a python.
first, let's try the lime and see what happens.
Come on. Squeeze the lime.
He's not even squeezing
I don't
it.
think so.
He's not afraid
He's
of it.
just ignoring it even though it's right in front of his face.
So, it's really a myth that the smell of lime can drive away snakes. I guess people were just afraid of snakes and needed something to believe in. I once saw a snake climb up a lime tree.
Next one is a string made of banana tree fibers.
Which is said to weaken a snake.
Okay.
Let's
do
see if it works.
Alright, so if we turn it over and it doesn't turn back, that means it's working. But if you can turn
Okay.
around, that means
Let's see.
it doesn't.
Not at
So
all.
no, it doesn't work at all.
Oh, that means it doesn't work. I've heard that when you see a snake, they say that you need to hit it.
Actually, snakes also fear humans like we fear them. You may notice that if we come across a snake, they will be the first to avoid us. But if we come face to face with one, people will get scared and hit them as a reaction to fear. A Thai saying tells us that if we hit a snake, we must hit them to the death, not just breaking their backs. But actually, breaking their backs will already kill them.
Because they use their backbones to move themselves. Without their backs, they die.
Once we received a golden tree snake, and that had been hit around its neck area, and it kept having convulsions. We tried to treat it to save its life. We injected it with anti-inflammatory drugs and tried to treat it. But at the end, it died due to severe damage to its spinal cord. And the spinal cord is very, very special or very important because it's the nervous system of the snake.
So most snakes they die after being hit.
That's right.
Actually, we shouldn't hit them.
No, we shouldn't. We just call an expert to catch it.
And
right?
to release them.
Khondee, do you know that snakes get sick too?
No. What kind of illnesses do they have?
The most infectious snake diseases are respiratory diseases or gastrointestinal diseases, such as vesicular stomatitis, diarrhea, and also human-inflicted sicknesses. That is, from human-inflicted injuries to snakes on purpose. We must examine their behavior in both their eating habits and excretion whether any behavior has changed. If any change occur, it may be primary cause of sicknesses. We first examine from top to bottom. Just like with other animals, I examine its mouth first. Its mouth can tell us about its current condition. Check the color of the gum tissue. This one's mouth condition is normal. Its mouth can tell us about its current condition. Check the color out. This one's mouth condition is normal. Check if its teeth and its gum are okay, and if there is any inflammation or phlegm in the air passage. Oh, I think it's getting a bit upset now.
Wow.
Yes, I can see it's straining itself.
Do we have to hold it tightly?
No.
Oh, it's been tightly.
Then, feel its body from top to bottom. Since its organs are in a single arrangement, if there were to be any inflammations or swellings, it will be quite noticeable and it can be felt really easily. Then, check if the skin is normal, any wounds, ticks, or parasites. Look at this part. This is where the lungs and hearts are.
Ah.
And then here is where the
Khondee,
lungs...
do you know that there's heart is? Let's check it. The heart takes up about 1/3 of the body.
Here.
Look at it. It's beating here.
Look. Oh,
Right. See there? Hold it like that. Right there.
wow. There's the vibration.
The heart rate is quite slow. Next to the heart are the lungs, right?
Oh, and it's lungs.
Next is the stomach and then the intestines.
Khondee wants to know how to determine a snake's sex. Well, its sexual organs are located at the tail, right? And the male sexual organ is on both sides of the tail. This side and that side. Yes, and there's something like a groove.
This groove contains the reproductive organs internally.
And this groove is for keeping the reproductive organs, right? The female grooves are shallower than the males. We'll have to measure its length later.
What's that?
It's a tool for sex probing the snakes. It's used for checking a snake's sex like this.
I'll pass on that one.
Finding the groove, insert the probe like this and count the scales approximately. This one's groove is quite deep, so it's a male.
This one is called an elephant trunk snake. It was given to the Institute about 1.5 years ago. It had been put in quarantine and excreted parasites before being released to a snake pit for public exhibit. But the recent rainy season had very heavy rains and temperature changes. It suddenly escaped from the water onto the land and had spots all over its body as a result of skin disease. It's a form of skin inflammation. So just imagine if you had this and it would feel a lot of pain. And then they are going through the same thing right now.
Oh, I feel so sorry for it.
Skin disease comprises of fresh wounds and ulcers. First of all, we have to get rid of these wounds. If it's a fresh wound, we must clean it up first. While for the ulcers, we must get rid of as much necrotic or dead tissue and pus as possible.
I was wondering, why do we have to adjust the water temperature to suit them? I thought that snakes can live in any kind of temperature.
All reptiles are cold-blooded, and snakes are reptiles.
Reptiles need heat to warm their whole body. If they live in low temperatures for a long time, their circulation doesn't work properly, which is different from humans, who can maintain their own body temperature, right? When the temperature is low, so when it gets cold and their circulation doesn't work properly, their immune system drops and is unable to ward off bad germs, making them prone to getting sick. So they have to be very, very careful about their temperature control.
Well, today I've learned a lot about snakes. First of all, I learned that venomous and non-venomous snakes don't necessarily need to be defined as dangerous. Oh, and I just found out that some snakes can bear live young. And I also feel sorry that they're always being hit by human beings who believe in the old myth about snakes. And they say that when you see a snake, you have to kill them. They are just a part of nature. We must protect them rather than kill them. Snakes are about to become extinct if we don't protect them.
So today Khondee learned all about it.
Yes, I did!
Well, thank you, Dr. Oat, for today's lessons.
Thank you so much!
And thank you, Snake Farm of the Queen Saovabha Memorial Institute of the Thai Red Cross. See you again next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye!
Explore the world
Of animals with Animal Speak!